You're on your course to retirement with Grand Rapids certified financial planner, founder of Cornerstone Retirement Partners, Ron Courser, here with us, leading the way on your course to retirement, ladies and gentlemen. Ron, always a pleasure.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Peter. Welcome to today's program. My name is Ron Courser. I'm with Cornerstone Retirement Partners, certified financial planner. Today's program, we're going to talk about 5 common retirement mistakes and how to avoid them. You know, in our industry, when we do media events, there's always 3 things to do or 17 things to avoid. This is just right in that same genre of 5 things kind of to avoid or help you rethink some of the things that we perceive to be common sense, and perhaps they're not. So again, my name is Ron Courser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners. You'll be able to hear this week's program on our website. You can go to www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. You can find today's program there and all the other programs we've done over the last few years. There's a lot of information, a lot of things that can help you make really good financial decisions for your family's future and your well-being. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is having a distorted view of wealth. And I smile when I read this, because what is a distorted view of wealth? Well, I don't have enough money to live on. And if that's a fact, it's not a distortion. But let's kind of reverse this. Let's say you're thinking about retirement, or you have retired, and you have a bucket full of money that you've saved. You've just done everything possible to save for retirement. And you look at that and you think, okay, I've got $1 million. And most people would say, wow, you've done really well. And I would agree. I think your first step of going this, you've done well. You really have, particularly if you've raised kids, because as we all know, kids are incredibly expensive. I know that with my 2 children, they had orthodontia issues at the same time. And every time I went in to see the orthodontist guy, he smiled and he got out his travel brochure to figure out where he was going to go next. So it's expensive. So if you've saved $1 million or whatever you've saved, you've done it the hard way by sacrificing things. So how are we looking at this? We think, okay, I got this lump sum, this bucket of money, and let's just use $1 million. And you think, you know what, that should last me forever. And the fact is that it might last you forever, and it might not last you forever. But just because you have $1 million, that's investment money, that's cash money, however it is, in securities, mutual funds, and what have you. But your wealth is something more than that. What do I mean by that? That bucket full of money is what has to sustain you and your family throughout your retirement years, whether you live to be 100 or live to be 240. It doesn't matter. You cannot run out of money. You cannot have reduced cash flow. And therein lies the difference between looking at what you've saved, your life savings, and looking at it saying, that's my savings, versus what is my wealth. Wealth includes savings, but it also includes your ability, and hopefully you work with a financial advisor to help you with this, and we do this all the time, to create streams of income that will support you in your retirement lifestyle. What do I mean by that? Successful people, wealthy people in retirement have at least 3 streams of income. If you can get 4, that's even better. What are they? Number 1 is Social Security. Number 2 is, have you created income that will not go away for your whole lifetime out of your life savings? Have you carved out some of that and put it into special accounts that will send you additional income that you cannot live? So number 1 is Social Security. Number 2 is just income from your retirement assets. Number 3, if you have a pension, you are blessed. You really are. So there's 3. So what would be a 4th one? A 4th one might be that you have annuity income, or income from a life insurance product that will last you your lifetime. And so when looking at what you've saved, that's a savings account. Your wealth is that plus how much income is it going to send me every month to sustain me in my lifestyle, to let us do things in retirement that we dreamed of doing, to take care of our children and grandchildren, whatever your goals are. So when you look at what you've saved, think about it just as this is what I have to use to create streams of income. It's streams of income combined with your life savings that create wealth. Wealthy people do not run out of money. They do not have cash flow problems. And we can help you with that. So if I've touched a hot spot or a button with you, give me a call. My name, again, I'm Ron Corser at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581. We'll help create a wealth plan for you that includes so much more than just managing your investments. So again, give us a call here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. So let's go on to the next one, having all your eggs in one basket. We know that we're not supposed to do that. We know that intuitively. So what does that mean? Well, it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. In my experience, I've met people that have said, tell me about how your life savings is spread out. Where do you have it? Well, we have all of our money in 12 different banks. And I say, well, that's a good thing. That's not really the kind of diversification we're talking about, because all your money is still in the banks. My mom was a great one for that. She didn't trust the market as far as she could throw me. And so when she died, I found out, because she didn't share everything with us, she had 18 different accounts in banks. And they were all different. They could have been the same branches in the same bank, but she thought she was spreading her money around and being safe. So that's what my mom did. And I must admit that the older I get, the smarter my mom seems, because she never had a catastrophic loss. She always bought CDs where the interest rates were high and somebody would give her an appliance, a toaster, a waffle iron, something. But having all your money all in the bank is not really what we call diversification. It's still having all your money in one place. The same can be said having all your life savings, like in an IRA, and you have 14 mutual funds. That really is still having all your eggs in one basket. It's just you got a bunch of little baskets in that big basket. It really isn't diversification when we talk about it. So let's step back for a moment. We talked about how to look at wealth instead of just your investments. Let's take a look at what it means to be in a position to not have all your eggs in one basket. That means you use banks for a certain amount of your money and certain use of your money. You have money in mutual fund accounts, investment accounts, IRAs, tax-deferred accounts, things like that. I'm a very big proponent that if properly structured for some people, the use of an annuity for income generation can be an enormously wonderful thing to have in your portfolio. That's another source of another egg in a different basket for you, an annuity or life insurance. So far we can have bank money, we can have stock market money, we can have insurance money, different kinds of things. You can also just keep a whole bunch of cash somewhere where nobody knows what it is, but you know where it is in your gun safe or whatever. And don't put it in the freezer, because when people rob your house, the first place they look is the freezer for the money. So don't do that. So the real diversification, not having all your eggs in one basket, means you actually have your money separated in isolated different places that you can use in a consolidated, comprehensive investment program that provides income that you need. So it's just a little tidbit of how to look at how your assets are positioned, what kind of buckets you're using. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Be very open-minded to all the other places. You know, I've run into people that said, I don't like banks. I'm just going to keep it on the stock market. Well, you can certainly do that. But remember what Mom said. Mom always said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Mom was pretty smart. My mom was getting smarter every day, even though she died many, many years ago. So that's the second one. The third one is and this is an interesting one here because I see this a lot. And the third one is having all your life savings in tax-deferred accounts. IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, those kinds of things. We have been taught, bludgeoned, beat up by financial services companies, save on a tax-deferred basis. Your tax preparer said man, you got to defer taxes now because when you retire, you're going to be in a lower tax bracket. You need to save taxes on taxes now. You need to do that. And that's reasonably good advice. But ultimately, think about it this way. Let's pretend that's the only way you ever saved money in a tax deferred account. At some point in time, two things are going to happen. First, you're going to have to take money out of that account for retirement, to pay your bills, to do fun stuff. That means if you've never paid tax on that money, it's coming out of your IRA, 401k, 403b, the first dollars of that $1,000 deduction always come and goes to the federal government. The government gets the first piece of everything you take out. And here's the little dirty secret. The government makes all the rules on how they're going to tax you. You don't have any control over that. So having everything in a tax deferred account means that your first beneficiary is always the federal government, the Treasury Department, the IRS. The second problem with that is that even if you can manage that, at some point in time, when you get to be 73, according to the world we live in now, you're required to take out a certain amount of your tax deferred account every single year. It's called a required minimum distribution. It also is taxable. Depending on how much money you have in your tax deferred accounts, that required minimum distribution may be a bigger number than what you're having to take out of your IRA just to live day to day, which means you're going to pay more in tax. So think about this. The two biggest bills that we're ever going to have in retirement, healthcare and taxes, the two biggest bills. We kind of have a little bit of control over healthcare by how we buy insurance products to protect us. But we have very little control, if you think about it, over taxes, because the government can and will change the tax codes frequently, periodically, whenever they feel like it, to get more money from us. And if all of your money has been in a tax deferred account, congratulations on doing a great job at saving. Congratulations on minimizing what you've paid over the last 20 or 30 years in taxes. But the tax man is at your front door, and he is going to collect tribute from you. So one of the things that you can do, and this piece of advice, is even now, if you're close to retirement, think about strategies of saving in non-tax deductible, tax deferred accounts. We can help you with that. We've got strategies that can help you with that, even if you're close to retirement. So give us a call here. I'm Ron Corser with Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or please go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. It's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you and help you. There are ways that even now, if everything you've done is on a tax deferred basis, we can help you create strategies and plans that over the long haul will help minimize what you do pay in taxes. So that's a little nugget. That's number 3 in this discussion. Number 4, and this is a pretty common one. And number 4 is having way too much dependency on stock markets for your financial future. We joke sometimes with clients. I say, the stock market is an interesting creature. The stock market giveth and the stock market taketh away. And 2/3 of the time, the stock market giveth. 1/3 of the time, the stock market taketh away. And man, when it takes it, it's like an angry, hungry bear just got out of hibernation. They will eat anything that isn't moving fast enough. So think about this. Having too much dependency on one thing that you can't control. And I've been in this business for 27 years, and I'm going to share a secret with you. And that secret is I have no control over the stock market. I know that may shock some of you, but I have no control over it. Nor does anybody else. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, nobody has any control over the stock market, especially the Federal Reserve in our country. So if none of us have control over it, why are we depending so much on the stock market to give us what we need as we enter retirement or approach retirement to provide for us for as long as we live? It doesn't make a lot of sense. So think about this. if all the saving you've done up to now has all been based on the stock market, and you have had a positive rate of return, which is good because the market has been going up. 2022, market was down minus 19%. 2023 so far, it's up about 17 or so. So we're still not back to even, but we're making progress. So basically, investors have gone about 2 years now without a real rate of return. So think about this. If you have to take money out of your life savings, and that money's all in the stock market, it's not right or wrong. I'm not saying it is. But think about it. You say, well, you know, the market always goes up 7.1%. And it has over the last 110 years. We just don't know when it's not going to go up. So if you have to take money out of your life savings, and all of your life savings is invested in the stock market, be careful. Look for strategies. It gets back to having all your eggs in one basket, doesn't it? If this is the only basket you got all your eggs in, some of those eggs may not survive. So give us a call. We can help you diversify from all of your eggs in one basket to putting eggs in a couple baskets that will help you really diversify away from stock market risk, but still give you the opportunity to increase retirement cash flow and maybe protect some of your money also. You don't have to be subject to the whims and whatever happens, the craziness in the stock market. So give us a call if this is important to you. 616-301-2581. Ask for me, Ron Corser, or our managing partner here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, Nolan Gosley. We can help you. We can share strategies with you that may be appropriate for you. To not put all your eggs in one basket, to not rely on the stock market for everything, because it giveth and it taketh away. And man, when it taketh away, it can be really painful. So that's number 4. And lastly, and this is an interesting one, being complacent. How do I address that? Because there's been times in my life, I will confess to you that I have been complacent. What do I mean by that? I've lived in Michigan the greater part of my life, and I'm a Detroit Lions fan. And every year, I said this was going to be the year that the Lions were going to do it. And I became complacent with the idea that no matter what I thought, the Lions would always be terrible, and they never really. And I just kind of accepted, well, that's just it. I just became complacent. I followed them. If they won, great. If they lost, so what? They always lose. We can become complacent about how we look at our financial future. We can get into a position where we say, well, I've talked about this. I've handled that. I think I got it all together right now. It's really just going to be an autopilot. I'm going to be fine. Please do not become complacent about your financial future, because everything changes. No matter what you've done today, I guarantee you that 10, 15 years, or maybe sooner, those things are going to change. The assumptions you made about the future are going to be different. The response, the results of your investments are going to be higher, sometimes lower. They're going to be different from what you anticipated. The other part is that if you become complacent, you say, I got it all handled, I'm not going to worry about it, you may miss out on some other opportunities. There may be things coming down the road, either because of government regulation or things in the financial world, that give you an opportunity to increase your wealth. And because you think you have everything done and taken care of, you miss those opportunities. So complacency it can be a scary thing. We're not really sure when we are complacent. Again, I'm a Lion fan, so pray for me a lot, because I don't know if I can break this circling the drain complacency. But it's really important to understand. Don't sit on your laurels. Don't just say, I got it all handled. I looked at it 2 years ago and I'm in great shape. The market's gone up, because things can turn around on you. Tax laws can change. Your health can change. The returns can change. There's a lot of things that can happen. So being complacent is one of the things we help our clients overcome. How do we do that here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners? We schedule firm face-to-face meetings, at least 2 a year. And if we need more, we'll do more, but at least 2. You're constantly on speed dial with us. When things are going on in the market that may have an impact on you, your lifestyle, your accounts, we contact you. You're never left in the dark. We do more than one simple meeting a year, have a nice life. We try to help you manage what you've worked so hard to accumulate, to build an income plan for you, not have all your eggs in one basket, not be complacent, to really take advantage of opportunities. Let me give you a great example. Last year, the stock market in 2022 was down 19%. I have met new clients that were down 19% and more. But the way we helped our clients through that horrible year to minimize the impact of a bad market is that nobody that we had as a client for the whole year had that kind of a result. And we can demonstrate that because we weren't complacent. We just didn't say, don't worry, be happy, you got good stuff, the market's going to come back. The market always comes back. You just don't know when it's going to happen. So if you want a little more hands-on management, a little more personal attention, which we give people, give us a call here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. That's 616-301-2581. And just going over everything again. Number 5 is don't be complacent. Number 1 was having a distorted view of wealth. Number 2, I'll just go through that. It's having all your eggs in that proverbial basket. Number 3 was having all your money tax deferred. Number 4 was depending way too much on the stock market. So if any of these things have kind of resonated with you, hit a button, and you want to talk about it, give me a call. Ron Corser, Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you guys have a great fall, and we'll keep going forward. Again, if you want to hear today's program, it's on our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Thank you much.
Tune into Cornerstone Retirement Partners' full radio program, Your Course to Retirement. Visit cornerstone-rp.com for many valuable resources, including those mentioned on this show and other great episodes of Your Course to Retirement.
The content of this radio show is provided for informational purposes only and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. You are encouraged to seek investment, tax, or legal advice from an independent professional advisor.
Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group is solely an indication that the financial advisor has attended training provided by Ed Slott and Company, passed biannual examinations on material covered at conferences and in webinars, and met other membership requirements and does not constitute an endorsement of any kind. Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group members pay a fee for the educational programs that allow them to be included in the Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. Membership does not guarantee investment success. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Any investments and/or investment strategies mentioned involve risk, including the possible loss of principal. Any comments regarding safe and secure investments and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.